It's a 1963 Jazz Bass in Fiesta red with a matching headstock. When I bought it, it still had the single mute going across, not the individual mutes, and it has an earth wire there. It was originally bought, but it was only owned for a few months when it was repossessed. And the gentleman I had had it since probably early '64, right the way through to when I purchased it many years ago. He originally had it up for sale for mega dollars, and it was just way beyond our reach. And I went and had a look at it and fell in love with it. So each year I'd ring him and just say, how's the bass? And one year he agreed to sell it to me. Still wasn't cheap. And I asked him why, and he said that the grandchildren had come over and asked him to have a look at that expensive guitar and how much was it worth. And I think he just didn't want to go to cash converters. That's only my opinion. And a year later I rang him up to thank him and tell him how much I really loved the bass. And his wife told me he passed away. So I'm assuming that he knew. And he didn't want to go down the pawn shop. The original case had, well, it disintegrated over the years. And a good friend of mine, again, the gentleman that many years ago I sold a 1959, 1969 Les Paul to. I'm waffling here now. And he bought the case again, paid for the delivery and sent it over to me as a gift. I must say that there was a place in Arizona called Bob's Vintage Guitar Parts, and he recommended this gentleman to me. And we were fortunate enough, my wife and me, to go to England and take the Bakelite knob for David Gilmour's #1 Stratocaster. And we couldn't get to see David because of timing, but we actually went through his recording studio. So that's the case again that was a gift. And it was also sent over and paid for by him. So if you ever need a 1959, 1960 Les Paul, let me know and I'll give you the man's name, because he's the only person you can trust, and I highly recommend him. So that's the Fiesta Red, which is, of all the basses I've had, which is, what, 54, 55, 56, 58, 59, 60 concentrics, 64s, P basses. This is the best bass I've ever owned out of all of them. And I just love this bass, it's just wonderful. So that goes back in that case there. Now, this here is a 1964 Jazz Bass. Again, this came from the original owner. He played it through in Manchester in England. It's all original. Sorry, that's just my, right, stop moving the knob. So I'll keep that, just a bit of stuff on there. He ended up with arthritis and wasn't able to play anymore, and he'd had it since brand new. So again, that case had disintegrated, hence you got a fair bit of wear just there, and he'd actually painted it with a paintbrush, but a bit of black just to cover it up, but it actually mostly just peeled off. And I bought that 64 case for it. This here is what we call the hippie case. I don't know whether you can see that. So that was a gift again from my friend. We have nothing in that yet, but you never know. And last but not least, here's a couple of 50s gig bags that was given to me by my friend, again, that he sent out as a gift. I had 2 of those from him. I don't know whether that means we have to find a 50s P bass to go in there. I've sold all the ones I had, so I'm not sure about that, but we've got 2 of those to be filled. And here, last but